Every day, countless people dream of success, but only a small percentage ever achieve it. And it's not because they're smarter, richer, or luckier. It's because they do things differently, things that most people either ignore or give up on too soon. And if you really pay attention to these habits, you'll realize that success isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice, discipline, and mindset. Successful people wake up with a sense of purpose. They don't just roll out of bed and let the day happen to them. They make the day happen. They set their intentions before most people even open their eyes. They plan, they visualize, and they focus on their goals as if their lives depend on it, because in their minds, it does. While the majority of people are hitting the snooze button, successful people are hitting the ground running. They understand that the early hours are a gift, a time when distractions are minimal, when the mind is sharp, and when they can work on what truly matters without interruption. They guard their mornings like treasure because they know that how you start your day shapes how you end it. And here's the thing, success isn't just about hard work, it's about smart work. The most successful people in the world don't just grind endlessly without direction. They prioritize, they delegate, they automate, and they focus on high-impact activities that move them closer to their goals. They understand the difference between being busy and being productive. They don't waste time scrolling aimlessly through social media or getting lost in meaningless tasks. Every minute counts, and they treat time like the most valuable currency they have. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think success is built on giant, once-in-a-lifetime moments. But in reality, it's built on small, consistent actions repeated every single day, even when no one is watching, even when it's boring, even when it's hard. They show up when they don't feel like it. They keep going when others quit, and they refuse to let short-term setbacks derail their long-term vision. They understand that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every mistake is a lesson, every rejection a redirection, every setback a setup for a comeback. They don't hide from failure, they embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to get better. Another thing they do differently is they invest in themselves relentlessly. They read, they study, they attend seminars, they surround themselves with people who challenge them to grow, and they never stop learning. They know that their mind is their greatest asset, and they feed it daily with knowledge, inspiration, and new perspectives. While others are wasting hours on mindless entertainment, successful people are upgrading their skills, expanding their thinking, and positioning themselves for the opportunities that will inevitably come their way. They also understand the power of environment. Your surroundings shape your behavior more than you realize. That's why they're intentional about the people they spend time with. They don't hang around negativity, gossip, or small-minded thinking. Instead, they align themselves with individuals who inspire, support, and push them toward excellence. And when it comes to challenges, successful people don't see problems as roadblocks. They see them as puzzles to solve. They don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They ask, "How can I make this work for me?" They flip the narrative, turning obstacles into opportunities. They're adaptable, resilient, and willing to change strategies without changing their goals. And perhaps one of the most underrated habits they have is that they take care of their health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. They understand that success means nothing if you're too exhausted, sick, or burned out to enjoy it. They prioritize exercise, good nutrition, and rest, not because it's trendy, but because it fuels their ability to perform at their best. They also practice gratitude, because no matter how high they climb, they never forget where they started, and they know that a grateful heart attracts more to be grateful for. They celebrate small wins along the way, keeping their momentum alive, and they refuse to let ego or complacency slow them down. In short, successful people live by a different set of rules, a set you can adopt starting today. They wake up with intention, work with focus, learn with hunger, adapt with resilience, and persevere with unshakable determination. If you start doing even a fraction of these things consistently, your life will change in ways you can't even imagine right now. And here's the final truth. Success isn't reserved for a lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to put in the work, make the right choices, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. So the real question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Because if you are, then today can be the day you stop wishing for success and start building it.